So, and welcome back to Bali Beyond. Today we have a super interesting guest and a super interesting podcast. We will speak about retreats, and we're also planning a retreat and masterminds here in the Segara Seaside Resort. Nadja have so many experience in this. She do this for many years, and I'm super happy to welcome her today here. So, welcome Nadja to the podcast today.
Thank you, Kevin, for inviting me. I'm so excited. And it looks just amazing where you are. And I can't wait to come and be there and spend some time. And so we've planned to do this collaboration in November, correct?
I think November is it's great here. I mean, just for the people to see, we here right now in Segara Seaside. We directly between two islands, Nusa Ceningan and Nusa Ceningan here with the Yellow Bridge. We even have a sauna ice bath, and I just hiding a little bit from the sun here because it's just going to the sunset time. I think at around 6:30 we will have sunset, and yeah, you already said this. We meet each other, and I see you have so many experiences with retreats, and we want to go through this. I mean, we're building a retreat and wellness center in the north, and we want already to start early to have the first facilitators, to make the first experiences, and yeah, going forward with this topic because Bali is an amazing place for this. We have so many different retreats in so many different areas, and it's always great to collaborate with people who have already expertise in this. And that's why I'm super grateful that we go deeper into this. And I would start with the first question to you. Basically, when you're doing the first retreats, and what was your intention? Why you like to do this? And what? Yeah, maybe this is a good entry, I would say.
Okay, so normally I'm a teacher of dance, so I do have groups, but obviously it's just a weekly training and you get together, and so that's very nice. But to do a retreat, you can actually take a deep dive. And so for this particular retreat, my idea is to dive into the authentic you. What does that mean? It's basically, you get tools to access more of your internal you versus what you present in the world. So, like you may be a lawyer or a dentist or whatever you're doing in your normal day life doesn't really put full expression of the self. So in my workshops or retreats, I try and help people kind of journal and do movement, something called listening movement. And it's a methodology to really access the inner world and find an expression on the outer side. So I think Bali would be fantastic space, and also this beautiful space that you've got to get people really relaxed and leave the everyday life behind and access the inner world, because they will feel like they're in paradise. Paradise on earth, I think. I've visited this beautiful island some years ago, and it was just an incredible experience of like feeling nature alive. It's just like almost feeling the plants growing. It's just something so visceral about that experience. So I imagine that being a place where you can really tune in with who am I truly, and what do I need to still explore within so that I can be better in this collective and this new community that we're building.
Amazing. Yeah, you already said this. I mean, because some of the people, when they have Bali in mind, they think also about the crowds in Canggu and Uluwatu. But basically here on the neighbor island, in Nusa Ceningan, it's so peaceful, like you already said. And this is really the place where you can come down, where you can reconnect with yourself. And we have the Devil's here, where the nature, where the waves coming through, and you have the splash of the waters. We have Blue Lagoon here. We have the mangroves here. Yeah, we can do activities like snorkeling, diving. We have great possibilities. For yoga and for this embodiment, what you said. And I think this is, you make now a few examples for people who are a dentist or a lawyer, but that they maybe they so focused on business. I also think about people. I don't want to make a clear targeting group, because I think it's nice when a group comes together with so many different people from so many different perspectives. And I think sometimes we also need and we need to go for the outside perspective to take a look at ourselves, because when we're always in our daily life, then we really we not even know, hey, was this right, was this because we saw in our routine that sometimes we need to zoom out to reconnect, hey, what I really want, and then we can even recharge and can move steps forward, and then even with less action we have more achievement, I would say.
Absolutely. The calm mind is really the place of true inspiration. We cannot come up with new ideas if we're constantly on the go. So, yes, definitely. If you're about to start something new in your life and you really are looking to ground those ideas and get more of a perspective, then this workshop can be very beneficial. And I call it workshop, although it will be a retreat as well, because I do think there are two different things. On one side, you will retreat, you will get to this beautiful place. On the other side, you will do a workshop to kind of look a little bit deeper inside and take the outside in, as in the waves, as you talked about, the water being very present, as nature as it is vibrant there and really, really lush. And the food, I imagine, is just really gorgeous. And
Oh yeah.
so, light, water, and earth, and this energetic feel just being really, really good for a deep dive of who am I? What do I want to do? And who I am in a community, and maybe a community of strangers that can come after a retreat, good friends, who knows, and maybe a connection for friendship or business or any other ideas. So you can experience teamwork within the workshop.
Exactly. And when I remember, I mean, we had already a few events here in the Segara, and this was more like a mastermind and a business networking. And even there, I know some people they meet here, and even I don't know them before, and this was just a connection from LinkedIn, and they come here, and now they set up already a business together and found each other on a place like this. So this is also a great point, the networking aspect, and that people come there and they stuck, or maybe they stuck with the same problems and they can speak about, or some of the persons, they already solved the problem and can give the other learning, and this one can give the learnings to other, and everyone benefit from this. And this is just amazing. And I think this is also why so many different kinds of retreats all over the world basically happen. I mean, I was in Mykonos on a retreat, I was in Mallorca a long time ago on a retreat, and even here in Bali I was joining a few different retreats, and it's always a different, but always an amazing experience. And when I see, even for my personal future, I mean, for sure, I have also a lot of business stuff to do. But when I really see in myself, I also just would like to travel around the world and meet different communities and make exactly this experience, because it's so worthful.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to also mention something else that I know and that I'm personally attracted to in Bali. It has such a mystical history, like in terms of their practices and their rituals. And it's so rich and it's so lovely to also bring that in. So I did mention that I'm really curious to also collaborate with some local artists. And so you will have local music and local dancing. So we'll have definitely one afternoon or evening where you maybe learn a few things, or you can just observe, whatever feels comfortable. But I truly think there is such a richness in that, and that we can actually, it's not borrowing information, it's more like getting an insight from people who have lived all their lives and through generation a kind of deep mystic connection to nature, because
Oh
I
yeah.
think that's really what it boils down to, is a kind of real sense of connection to earth and the gratitude towards this place that is just like incredible, productive. It's just like
Yeah.
it just keeps growing. And yeah, I think Bali is just like one of the few tropical islands that I really personally love.
100%. Like I already tell you in the beginning. I mean, my wife is Balinese, and I really involved in the culture, and I love the culture, and especially here on the islands. I mean, I was also living a long time in Canggu, and it's quite busy. I mean, for sure, they also have the ceremonies, but it's different if you're in the north of Bali or if you're here on the neighbor island, because the culture is even stronger here. And
Yeah,
nearly every day you hear the sounds from the temples or the different. I mean, basically
beautiful.
they have a ceremony for every different things. Yeah, they have even a ceremony for dogs, or for the animals, for the water, for also the Balinese culture. I think many people don't know that the Hinduism, it's going to the moon calendar, and basically this is where we as a Western people need normally to remember, because the different full moons and the different new moons always have an energetic impact on us. And if we learn more about this and we understand more about our system, then we also know, oh, why my mood is like this, or why I have the feelings that I have to take actions. For example, if the new moon is in Aries or something. And this is so interesting what you really can practice in your life and can integrate. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I brought this stone just for our conversation. So this was given to me in Nepal in the Himalayas, and it's meant to be a Ganesha, which is not very obvious to the normal eye. But obviously they find these rocks in the Himalayas, and inside they're crystals. I'm not going to check it. Bring us that. And then this was a gift given to me because I gave a session to somebody and they said, I'll pay you with this Ganesha. So yeah, I really take from all the places that I travel a sort of deep observation of how they connect with Mother Earth. And so I think it's very important when we are in a foreign place that we kind of get an insight. Otherwise, we're just, we're kind of floating on top, which is also nice. But it's just, in this case, if you're doing a retreat, it's going to be exciting to learn something about the place and where people connect with this place. And by the way, today is Earth Day, which I didn't know. But I was in a podcast this morning and she said, Happy Earth Day. So I think it's beautiful that we're doing this today, that we speak about the retreat in really a place where you will feel so held by Mother Nature.
Exactly. This is also when we was built this place, when we start to build it, that we said, hey, we really want to integrate this in the nature. I mean, we want not just created a resort. We really want to create a space for transformation. And even now with the extension for the sauna ice, but I mean, longevity, wellness is also a big topic. We have a beautiful spa here directly next to the ocean. When I see that, just I think here that
I think
you can get massages there
exciting.
directly.
So
I mean, so how it gets started. So I mean, the first day it's a welcoming, and then I mean, for sure, overall everything will be completely included in the retreat. So this means that people don't need to take care about anything. So the food is included. We have our own kitchen team here. So we will have to schedule for them. But basically, what they can expect. I think this is a good question. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can really trust. We can do yoga. I'm a yoga instructor for many years. So we can start with yoga so everybody feels comfortable with what is this movement that's going to happen. And in the afternoons, we'll do something of listening movement. Listening movement is something that I've come up with because I've had so many different classes. And sometimes people are scared to be in the room and suddenly move with other people. So I do this listening in, which is really guided, and you can trust that at the end of the sessions, you'll feel relaxed. You'll feel more in tune with your psoas muscle, as in this is your muscle of which gets you to move, which gets us from the floor up, which gets us to walk up and down the stairs. So this is really the muscle of the soul, is called. So if you get in touch with that and lose the tension of that area, you will feel way more smooth in your movements and your everyday doings. And especially people who have to sit long hours, typing or writing, this muscle gets very tight. So we're going to work towards releasing any tension of that, as well as I think a lot of journaling. So like go out, explore where you're at and take notes and really start to notice a different relationship with self and your environment after you have created more relaxation within.
Sounds great. So there's always also space for integration. Yeah. So after
Exactly.
this is
yeah, and we'll have a round table or a round sitting of discussing the experience and maybe creating small groups that can go away and do different things in different spaces. So, like we will definitely be not just inside, we'll be outside and coming back to the inside in order to, bring the collected information back into the space, into the circle, I should say.
Exactly. Amazing. Amazing. Sounds so good. I'm super, super excited for this. And I mean, the plan is yeah also that this will be not an only retreat, and that we continue like this, and that we will really build something, as that we really build a community, and yeah, going through this. So yeah, maybe from your past experiences. I mean, you do this in different countries. You send us. I mean, I think also here in the video we already have a few insights and pictures what we already put in.
Well, I could just say that I've lived 20 years abroad. So I lived in England and I lived in California, but I also stayed long periods in India. And recently, 2024, I was in Nepal in the Himalayas and did a pilgrimage there with two other women, which was an amazing experience. And coming off the mountain, coming back down, I really felt like a different person. So each place gives you an opportunity to transform yourself if you're open for it.
Yeah.
And so I do think it's important to be guided. I don't think I would have done so well if I would have gone by myself, but because I was with these two other women that were very strong, and also one of them was a good guide. So, I think it's always good to be connected with some people around you when you go through a kind of transformational experience. So yeah, my experience in California is also special, and so far that I've met so many different people from all over the world. And there is the information of the First Nation people that is so rich. And if you have access to that, it's such a blessing and such a privilege as well, which I had. And I'm so grateful for all these teachers that I've met over the years who've had different approaches, and yet at the same time, it always refers back to like find a connection with self in this place, in this earth, in this timeline, so that you can be of service for others, for community, and for earth.
Sounds like super interesting, interesting experiences. So I want to learn more about it, because when you speak about it, what from all these experiences, this is, I think, something what some people they're not really can imagine. So this is like a really, really deep connection and an experience. I think what you really need to feel. I think intellectual explanation, you cannot get it with the logical mind. This is irrational, and this goes in this way. And this is something.
Yeah, that's good. You put the word
possible.
irrational. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. We have a culture, like the Western culture is very geared towards mental understanding. But what does it mean to embody the understanding, to really sense the connection between heart, brain, gut, maybe, and really be with all our ganglions connected? So in Indian philosophy is called nadis. In Chinese medicine is the meridians. In all cultures, it has something that is really, it's connecting us with ourselves, but also with animal world and nature all around us, trees, etc. So if we can access that information, no matter what it's called in your culture, this is exciting to come together and speak also about your experiences.
Yeah. And this is also just an interesting approach, because, like you said, there is something from the Chinese medicine. Then you learn something in India, and you have so many different perspectives. Then we have the Western science, who is really, really science-based, really logical, and we bring together everything to create something nice. So it's not like a stubborn concept. It's really like the mix from everything. And basically then we realize, and this is also something what I was realized when I compare, for example, different religions. Basically they're all talking about the same, just in different directions. And this is interesting, that we all coming back to the same seed, to the same inner alignment, or how to say that.
Yeah, alignment is a good word. Yeah, how to align yourself with your Bali tree, with your cultural connection, and then with, you know, all the places that you've visited, and how can you actually process that information?
Yeah. Amazing. So we have already give, I think, a lot of information. So we will have a limited group because we cannot make this retreat with so many people, right?
You're
So we
stuck.
said we want a maximum of around 15 people, right? So, and also
Yeah.
we have here 6 bungalows and the villas have with the 2 bedrooms. So this will be also the maximum capacity. Basically, from your experience, it's why it's limited on such a low case spot from 15 people. Why this is better from your perspective?
Well, I do think, you know, I can personally be there for everybody. If it's too many people, then it's just more like, you know, you give a lecture and you're outside. But like this, you know, that can be literally a kind of good personal assistance as well as the group assistance.
Yeah, this is an interesting point. That's why, and also that we finalize the plannings and everything that we really go, yeah, that we really go through that. You said already
I
November.
think we set the date around the 13th. I don't know, the
Yeah,
13th, so mid-November, right?
mid-November, exactly. So we will put everything in the video description here, where people
Yeah.
also can register and apply. And we also this we also need to say, I think also important that we not, because we really want to have a group who match together, yeah, and people
Yes,
have to apply and give us the information about themselves, also what they want to transform, and then we will choose a group
that's
who will
right.
match
Yes.
together.
So
I
we
think
get a
this
good idea about you. Yes. Yeah.
exactly,
So
exactly. So
please be quite specific what you like to work on, or, you know, what you imagine that could help you being in that setting.
yeah,
And you don't have to have any experience in yoga, dance, or anything. Just please trust you can come whoever you are, whatever body you carry. Wonderful, you know, everything is welcome. Please don't be, oh, I have to have a certain fitness or anything. You can just come as you are. And especially if you do have certain pains, also mention, you know, like I have lower back pain or whatever it is, because we can be of help with solving those problems as well.
exactly, exactly. And I think this is also important. I mean, because our intention is that we really bring this person forward, that we really give him what he needs, that he really can have the transformation. And for example, if someone apply and we see, hey, maybe this retreat is not matching for him. Yeah, I mean, you also have worldwide many partners where we can
Yeah.
give them connection, because like I said, we really want to have a group together where we see, hey, this will be perfect. So even if you just say, oh, maybe I'm interested, but I don't know if it's for me, just apply. We have it there. And even if this not matching this time, then yeah, because this is our
Maybe
intention.
another
We
time.
want to help
Yeah.
people. I think this is an important point, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to this. Thank you so much, Kevin. I'm really excited. Yeah.
Me too.
And when you stopped videoing, I have a few more questions for you, if you don't mind.
For sure. We have. I mean, we even can let the video run, and if there's something nice in my cut, I can put it in. So just ask.
Okay. Well, I want to know your astrology.
My astrology. So my star sign is Aquarius, my ascendant is Leo, and my moon is Capricorn.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so I'm also Moon Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great for organization and skills to kind of get the group solid and
But some
happy and
people will say we
supported.
emotionally cold. Some people will tell us.
Yeah, I don't think that, you know, if you look at the goats and how they go up the mountains and like just small cliffs and they jump together, they're really always looking out for the group.
Yeah.
And they don't, I mean, they jump really high parts down and they're still know that they're landing because they've done this so many times before. They copy each other. So I think if you observe the nature of that animal, and then it's supposed to be half fish and half goat, which is an interesting mix. So where does the water come in? I'm not sure. But yeah, I think Capricorn Moon has been of a lot of help in my life, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
just to find the structure in the chaos. So that's good. And
Okay.
you're an Aquarius, lovely. So my north node is an Aquarius.
Mm-hmm.
My south node is Leo, which means many lifetimes as a Leo, as a queen or something, I don't know. And now coming into the group. And so I'm a Sagittarius, loves to travel, loves to learn about different walks of life, different ways of life, and trying to integrate some of that information. I'm a Cancer rising. Love my home, love my people around me, love my cat, love my, my space, but also always, that's
I
sometimes
have the
the
Cancer
dichotomy
in
between.
Mars. In Mars, I have Cancer. Yeah, in Mars, I have
Oh,
Cancer.
lovely. So you also love the home and you like to go
Yeah. And
sideways.
my dog he was around me here, so this is. But basically, I not have that much water. I'm really fire dominant. I think this is one of the only water sign in my birth chart. Yeah.
Yeah. So where's the fire? Leo.
Leo, I also have. I don't know all the planets, but I think it's also Sagittarius is in Aries. I have I have in Venus, Venus Aries.
Venus and Aries. Okay, cool. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the bodybuilding stuff you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, great. And also, you're very confident. I watched your videos and you're a confident speaker. So, where is your Mercury?
Mercury, I think Mercury is also in Aquarius, yeah.
Okay, so that makes perfect sense. So,
Yeah.
Aquarius love to present kind of a concept and
Yeah.
they don't know if it's going to work, but
Just
because
try
they
and
feel
error
so
all the time, try
confident,
and error. That's
people
right.
are attracted to the concept, and then you try it out, you get into the group and you feel it out, and often those concepts work because the person who presented it is confident, and therefore it attracts those people that come together. So yeah, we're in the age of Aquarius. Very nice. I really appreciate that. So I think, yeah, looks like we'll find a kind of even ground. My Venus is a little bit more scary. It's in Scorpio, but my Mars is in yeah, my Mars is in Libra, so I'm all about how do you feel? How do I feel? It's like always trying to weigh up how the other person is feeling in order to make the right decisions. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's good on the one side, then you know, but on the other side, it's always sometimes good to be a little bit more egoistic and think about yourself, because just when you in a good well-being, you also can help others in the right way, right?
Yeah. I have my Chiron in Aries, which I think is the most difficult position for me because, the wounded child, how do you get your energy? How do you like just get out there and do it anyway and don't be bugged down? So, but yeah, I think this is interesting too. I don't know if we're going to do astrology, but it just is fun to dive into it for a moment, get some information about people. But yeah,
If you
doesn't
have some
have to be.
basic understanding about it, sometimes
Yeah.
it's nice. I mean, we don't want to limit on it. It's also just a tool, but I think it's nice.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the tools that we can access. Exactly. Lovely.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Perfect.
Okay.
Great.
Do you have any questions for me?
I think from this perspective, everything is quite clear now. I mean, now we need to step by step go into the marketing, approach the first people. I mean, I also think that we don't even need to go so much to people from abroad who need to buy the flights and everything there. I think there's so many people in Bali already who's interested in this, and
Wonderful. Yeah.
even there's a big community. I mean, for sure, it's also nice if some people from Germany, from our community, is coming there, but. I think the potential is extremely big, and I think there's also many platforms even where we can listing retreats. When we have the concept, everything ready, we just can upload this there, and people who just searching for retreats, they will find it to these platforms. I just had 2 days ago, I had a call with another guy. He do kind of different retreats. He do it in the psychedelic way with mushrooms and the different psychedelics like Kambo, the frog thing there. I don't know. We can do this something like this in Bali because it's he do this normally in the
You have to
Netherlands.
be. Yeah.
Yeah,
But there's also, I think there's also a lot there
yeah,
that maybe we can explore. Maybe we can find somebody in on the island that has some knowledge of the plants, because that would be amazing if we just maybe have one tea that is special, or I don't know, some flower, certain alignments, stuff like this. I think this would be also interesting to bring to the table.
or even if it's just a cacao ceremony or something like this, it's also nice.
Lovely,
thing,
yeah. But is there any cacao?
Yeah, for sure, a lot.
Yeah,
Cacao even grows here on the
cacao
island.
seeds. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Okay, we
cut.
can do cacao ceremony for sure.
No. Perfect.
Oh, something else. Did you see what I send is this fruit goddess that I do, which I think in some way, if I remember going to the temple in Bali, oh, the video is going very fast. When I went to Bali, there were these amazing things that they put on their heads, the offerings,
Yeah.
you know, with all the fruits, and you have an apple on top or something. So what I do in some of the workshops to gather the people is a fruit goddess. So you just put one human on the ground and draw the outline, and you have like something underneath so the fruit doesn't dribble everywhere. And then you just gather in half and create a body. So it becomes a live sculpture of fruit. And every time she looks amazing and different. So I think we should definitely create one of her, because it's just such a nice ritual to, you know, create a, well, it's an art piece that can be eaten. So yeah.
Interesting. I mean, you're the host there, so I'm super open for everything. Everything what's comes from
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is like you could cut some of the images in.
Yeah.
And it fits kind of nicely with some of the rituals that are actually happening in Bali, except it's non-religious, you know, and it's something I did in California. I did one on Madeira, the island of Madeira, with a group of artists. So, and then I did it here in Brandenburg with some women. And it's so interesting how different the goddess looks, you know. Obviously in Madeira, it's also a tropical island. You just have, you know, pomegranate. You have all the fruits that can make it really intense. And then you come here and you have the strawberries, you know. It's slightly different.
Different. But the berries actually is better in Europe. So blueberries, strawberries.
Yeah, for sure.
This is better in Europe.
That's why I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
it's different body of fruit. So we'll have mango, I guess, and bananas and so forth. Yeah.
Definitely.
Great.
Okay. Perfect.
Lovely.
Perfect. Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So yeah, let's go deeper into the planning. I'm really excited for this, and yeah, then we are connected in a group. I will make the video. I sent it to him. I think he make it ready. We will upload this, and then we will make some shortcuts, and then we can start to go further in the marketing.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Perfect. Have a great day.
I'm really looking forward to it.
See you soon.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.